All right, welcome back. Welcome back. The two guys that you're anticipated to hear from every week are back.
Every freaking week.
Every week, I'm Caleb. That's Chase across from me.
How's it going, guys?
OLB at the end of the table.
Big LB.
And I've come to the realization that Luke Baker absolutely hates the sport of basketball.
That's 100% true.
He hates the sport of basketball. So we did 2 NBA podcasts last week. And after
throwing out me under the bus?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Way to lead off the show.
100%.
Hey, guess what, Luke? You're a piece of garbage.
No, I promise this is going somewhere. And he was just like, man, we should have talked about more stuff. Man, we should talk about more stuff. And he was probably right in hindsight. But this week, we have like a document that we put our shows together on. This week, he loads up the MLB segment. He loads up the NFL segment. There's like a bunch of information. And then under NBA/NCAA, during the NBA playoffs, the only thing Luke Baker writes is about Arik Aganabawale competing in Dancing with the Stars.
I don't even know what the hell you just said.
That's it. That's it. That's all Luke wants to talk about in the NBA. He left it for us. He left it for us. But yeah, welcome back, guys.
And go. Do some plugs.
You do some plugs.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. we got an Instagram and stuff. PSO Sports 1, correct?
Correct.
And then on YouTube, you can watch us. I'm right here. I'm waving. Yeah. You got little Caleb right here. You got big Caleb over there. That's Pointless Sports Opinions.
LeBron's
watch us
on us
every week. Luke does a really good job editing stuff.
Yeah.
He's great.
Luke grinds.
Twitter, PSO Sports 1. And then Facebook, Pointless Sports Opinions. Follow us. Subscribe, share, whatever the hell you guys do. Just SoundCloud. And we got an Apple Cloud.
Oh, yeah.
We're Apple World or whatever the hell it's called.
He said Apple World. We're now on Apple Podcasts. That's exciting.
I don't know what that means, but apparently it's a big deal.
That means you can get us on iTunes, you Android user.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm used to fussy screens and stuff.
Yeah, you can get us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, the whole shebang.
Huge.
The whole shebang.
All right.
Today, we're talking about Luke's worst arch nemesis, the NBA. We're going to talk a little bit about the NBA playoffs.
Ooh.
You excited?
Yeah, of course. I thought you were going to try to make me say Arik Aganabawale.
No, I wasn't. I tried to say it earlier. I probably butchered it.
That was really good.
I mean, where do we start? What intrigued you in the opening couple days of the NBA playoffs?
Well, the only thing that I wrote in this entire thing was Cavs get ass kicked by Pacers, which I thought that was freaking amazing.
And you wrote in here LeBron had a triple-double. Did he really have a triple-double?
He did.
I didn't even know that. I watched the game. I didn't even realize he had a triple-double.
I just felt so bad for him.
Bad for LeBron?
Yeah.
I guess.
Is this sealing the fact? Is he going to leave?
Oh, he's gone, dude.
You lose to the Pacers? I mean, that's even one game.
They're going to win the series.
Oh, easily.
They're probably going to win tonight.
I just thought they just got destroyed.
Yeah, Oladipo shredded him, man. He had 34. It's so fun watching him play because, he's so fast and athletic. When he ISOs you at the top of the key, he just gets a running start at you and goes around you, or he gets a running start and then pulls up for three.
He's not a big dude. Yeah, he's elusive.
Yeah, he's really fast and he's super athletic, and he's really fun to watch. But yeah, they got creamed. LeBron's body language was really bad during the game. He was throwing his hands up and stuff.
They got within 10 at one point, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a game. Nope.
Yeah, it was.
That was it.
They got within more than or
it was
less
close.
than that.
Yeah, they got close in the late third,
and then they pulled right back away. But yeah, I mean they gotta do something.
That's bad.
I think LeBron's
80
gone.
Points against the Pacers, man.
LeBron's gone. He's gonna meet up with Kawhi Leonard somewhere.
Yeah.
Talking Kawhi Leonard, Spurs are getting
I like it.
walloped by the Warriors.
I thought about this in the car.
Uh-oh.
And it actually
Who's surprised?
It made a lot of sense.
Raise your hand if you're surprised.
So every great goes through this little period where we just sit there, and it's always towards the back half, and you're like, are they even good anymore? I think Pop's going through that right now.
Pop?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate to say it. But with Phil Jackson, he did it with the Knicks.
Well, he wasn't a coach.
But he was in the.
He was good when he was a coach. When he was a president, he was.
Yeah, you looked at it and you're
the worst president in the entire league.
This is garbage, but still, he was in charge of running the damn thing.
Yeah,
and he
was
horrible.
horrible. He ran him into the ground.
And
they basically donated $25 million to the guy.
And you look at what Woods has been doing. Tiger Woods, he's fallen off. Michael Jordan when he came back to the Wizards, everybody falls off. I think Pop's on that on that back half slide. So. George Karl, one of the greatest coaches of all time, he went with the Kings.
Oh, my God.
Obviously, I'm kidding. But, yeah, I don't know. Belichick. Belichick's a prime example of it now. I mean, he made the Super Bowl, and it really contradicts what I was trying to say.
Yeah, he's made the Super Bowl the last 2 seasons, Chase.
But they're falling off. After Brady's gone, this team's going to hell. You know?
Have you looked at their roster? It's horrible, man.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So what's he supposed to do with that? They're the worst team in the playoffs.
Sign more people, draft more people. I thought he was the guy to draft.
Well, he's got a top 5 player in the NBA that doesn't.
Manu's getting 30 minutes a game.
Kawhi Leonard no longer wants to play for the Spurs, apparently. He's not even going to the games. Like, nobody knows where he's at.
Talking. Him and Luol Deng are hanging out.
Pop's taking shots at him in the post-game presser. Like, LaMarcus Aldridge has done everything for all of his teammates this year. And
see? That's what Belichick was doing. Belichick threw Brady and all of them under the bus. I wanted to keep Garoppolo, but it's okay.
Oh, my God.
There you go. It's the same thing.
Stop the comparison.
It's perfect.
No. Pop can still coach, man. His roster's dog doo-doo, and they're in the playoffs. But, yeah, that looks like it could be a sweep.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a sweep.
They're getting crushed.
Unless Danny Green drops 50 next game.
Yeah, and L.A., I think, had 34 last game. And
he finally starts doing good, and this team goes to hell. It's amazing.
It's just the Warriors, man. The Warriors are really good. Surprisingly, in that series, there's no three-point shooting.
I know.
If you would have told me that the Warriors are in a series and there's no shooters in the whole thing, then I would have been shocked. But they got Clay and Durant. That's about it.
Luke's about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Luke's dozing.
Luke's about to walk out of the room, to be honest.
I'm tired of this damn NBA talk.
All right. Where do we go next? I want to say Boston for last because I have some words.
Okay.
But Sixers Heat 1-1. Those have been.
Joel Embiid's tired of being baby, dude.
It doesn't look like he's gonna play Game 3 either. He's doubtful. His face is still broken.
I thought he would have played. Yeah,
I'm
surprised he hasn't played. But I mean, the way they've been.
I thought he for sure would have played Game 3, especially since they lost. If they lose Game 3, then he has to come back. But yeah, those games have been crazy. Those have been really good back and forth games. D Wade turned back the clock last game, had 28 points off the bench.
He was the leading scorer.
Yeah, he killed it. And it looks like he's finally in shape. He doesn't look like chubby D Wade that was on the Cavs anymore.
I like that, chubby D Wade.
Chubby D Wade.
That's my favorite.
I wouldn't say Flash is back, but D Wade's balling. Ben Simmons, animal, as always.
He literally went from, he's going to be pretty good, to now people are like,
top 20
he's LeBron. Player. He's LeBron. He's going to be LeBron.
Magic Johnson alert.
Yep, this is it.
But yeah, I mean, they're killing it. I think Sixers come out of that. Maybe if they get Embiid back, he's got to, right? He's got to. He's got the mask. If they lose the next game, he's playing.
Yeah.
He has to.
I think especially since the East is so open this
they
year.
have too good of a chance to make the finals.
Like, if you screw this up by not playing Embiid and you guys get bounced first round of the Heat or something, oh my God.
Right.
That is the most Sixer thing you can do.
He's got too good of a chance to make the finals without Joel Embiid playing. So, Raptors Wizards, a bunch of fun dysfunction going on in that series. Yeah. The Raptors the first game was close for a while, and then they pulled away because the Wizards like to break down at random moments of the game because they're the Wizards.
True.
And this game, the most memorable moment was John Wall on the bench having a heated conversation with Marcin Gortat, and Bradley Beal just sat at the other side of the bench with his head in his towel. Like,
that
what?
Is the Washington Wizards to a T.
Like, what the hell am I doing here?
Dude, Wall, I don't know. He's kind of getting on Russell Westbrook level with me.
I agree.
They had a better record with him not on the team this year. Much better record with him gone. Hell, they went on that 6 or 7 game win streak without him. Is it time to let him go? He's the face. I get it. He's the face of the franchise, just like Russell Westbrook is. But at the same time, they don't have any cap. What do you got to do? Are you still going to try to build around him and Beal, or
look, they won't let him go. But there may come to a point to where you have to pick one between Beal and Wall, and I think they'll definitely pick Beal.
Really?
I think so.
John Wall's got more charisma and stuff.
Well,
Beal's a better player by far. I'd
with.
easily pick Beal, but
he's hard
you're trying
to
to sell.
He's that ball dominant point guard that has to have the ball in his hand at all times. What are you talking, dude? Speaking in New Orleans, playoff Rondo.
Bingo. That was awesome.
Playoff Rondo's back.
What was it? Didn't somebody tweet whenever Rondo hits a 3, the game's over?
Yeah. That was CJ McCollum. He tweeted that like 5 years ago, and they played it over the game film of him of Rondo busting their ass. But yeah, Rondo's back. Anthony Davis, monster. The standout of that series, Jrue Holiday, bro.
I know, I've talked smack on him all
shredding.
Everybody that I talk bad on and they're doing horrible, they always freaking do good. Toronto's up 2-0. Yeah. Wainwright's freaking doing good. Everybody's doing good. And guess who's not doing good? Cleveland's not a damn 1 seed, like I said.
So remember that podcast where you said you were right about everything?
I'm wrong about everything.
Okay,
if I talk bad on you, you're going to be a successful millionaire. So all those kids I bullied in high school, there you go.
That's all I wanted you to say.
Just kidding, I didn't bully anybody. Calm down. I don't need to get.
You bullied me, Chase. We've since.
I bullied you in the paint at the rec.
Oh God, in your dreams.
LB. He's seen me firsthand.
We got to wake him up for him to acknowledge it. But the New Orleans takes the first 2 on the road. That's huge.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
They've been good. That's probably the best series so far, I think. It's the most interesting.
Yeah.
2 on the road.
They've all been good, though. But yeah, those have been really good games. And they took them both on the road, which is crazy. That never happens.
No. And they're a lower seed.
Yeah. Yeah, 3-6. Yeah, Lillard's been booty.
Yep. Well, he carried the whole damn team all year and doesn't have any help.
Well, Jrue Holiday's locked him up. Last game, he was 0 for 8 with Jrue Holiday as his primary defender.
Jrue Holiday's swatting people in the freaking existence.
Yeah. If you could vote on first team or all defensive team right now, he would make first team. He's probably going to make it anyway.
Him and John Wall. John Wall's really good at blocking, too.
I guess, yeah. But
I don't know if it impacts his team.
Really good for the 8 seed and Wizards that implode on every drop of the hat. Anything else about that series? That's been so fun.
That's my favorite series. Even it's 2-0. And I don't know. Phil,
and we haven't seen it from Lillard yet.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen it.
I think that's what I want to see. I want to see if he actually... he might be worn out.
Berserk.
That's the whole thing. Like the Celtics, what they did with the big 3 is they would go through a small period where they'd be not that good. They'd go 10-10 in 20 games or whatever. But that's because they were resting up for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then you got teams like this that are trying to get as high as a seed as they can. They're just sprinting to the finish, and then they just sputter out. Maybe that's what...
I don't know.
What literally everybody's doing.
I don't know. Houston barely beat the T-Wolves.
I saw that.
That was a little closer than they were comfortable with. Harden was completely unstoppable, and they still barely won, which is very scary in itself.
Yeah.
Harden had 44, and, you can't stop him. He was insane. He was great the whole game.
Glad they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they're competing. They almost won the game.
That's true. If they win one game, that's a successful series. They don't need a series win. If they do over the Houston, that's insane.
I think if they compete like they did in Game 1 the whole series and maybe scrounge out one, I think they'll be happy.
Yeah.
But then you think what's the ceiling for them?
For the
Because they don't have a draft pick, so their guys just got to get better. Cat's just got to get better.
I think, Teague's a good point guard, but I think they need...
Yeah, they could upgrade a point guard.
And I don't know how I am about Wiggins. Wiggins, he's that athletic dude. He's like Dwight Howard if he was a small forward. He's athletic, and that's how he gets his points. That's how he gets his boards. But he doesn't really have the talent there yet. He's not a consistent jump shot shooter. He's not a consistent 3 threat.
And everybody thought he would be a good defender, and he's really not.
Yeah,
he's not very good at all.
And I think Cat's amazing. So if I were them, I'd build around Cat and Wiggins. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but you need Butler. Butler's their best player right now.
Too, yeah.
That's the whole thing that's hard about them. In
order
for them,
you got a good coach. You got 3 good players.
No, Tibbs debatable good coach. We could talk about that.
He'll give you 50 minutes, but
he plays you 48 minutes and then
wonders. D Rose's knees.
Yeah, and Joakim Noah and. All those guys from the 2011 Bulls.
Good old Taj.
Yeah, Taj is still killing it. He's still playing well. What haven't we hit besides Boston? I think that's it. I kind of wanted to talk about Kawhi a little more.
Go ahead. Go on Kawhi.
So, I think he's leaving. I think it's done.
Well, they keep saying
have to trade him.
He's not going to leave.
They have to trade him, though.
They just came out today and said that they're not going to trade him.
Yeah, but...
I'm in the same boat as you. I think they're just trying to get... try to get rid of all the attention. Like, hey, we're focusing on the series, and
they're not used to having all this extra attention on them
because he's the
Spurs.
Is he being a freaking diva? What the hell is he?
His doctors haven't cleared him, but the team doctors have cleared him. So he's clearly still hurt, but he's healthy enough to play. But he doesn't want to injure himself, I guess.
I think he pissed Pop off to the point of no return now.
Yeah,
because Pop loved Kawhi.
Yeah,
I mean every freaking game of the playoffs in previous years, Pop always praises Kawhi. Now, I mean, I feel like this stuff's really pissing Pop off. It wouldn't surprise me if Kawhi's gonzo.
But he's still under contract, and you saw Cleveland trade Kyrie, and that blew up in their face big time. When they could have just said, "All right, Kyrie, you're just gonna play, and we're gonna see if it works." And that might be what the Spurs do.
Yeah,
we're not trading you.
Force it.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's a great idea.
Kyrie said he wouldn't have played, but that's in hindsight. I wouldn't have played. He probably would have played.
Yeah, you don't just sit out a year.
No, that's
this ain't the NFL.
No, we got respect.
But I don't know. I think it's hard. What do you like? He's doing nothing for them except being a distraction right now while they're getting their ass whooped by the Warriors.
If you get a good enough trade in it, but that's the thing.
How do you trade for Kawhi Leonard? What do you
offer?
He's a top 5 player in the league at his best.
And when he plays.
Right.
But this season he was hurt the whole freaking year.
And he's being a diva. Like you said.
He's being a quiet diva, which is maybe worse than a loud one. At least the loud ones tell you what the hell's going on.
And it's like...
Kawhi, you all right? All right.
But it's like, do teams want to trade for a guy that they don't know if he gets mad, he's going to show up to practice?
Ask the Lakers. They picked up Isaiah.
Right. I mean, that worked out, but I feel like this is on another level.
I just don't know what team would reach out. I just don't know what team would want him.
Well, no, every team wants him. They just don't know.
I don't know what team would want him
like if the
and
Celtics,
be able to give him something.
Like if the Celtics were to give up Jason Tatum for Kawhi Leonard. Like, are you comfortable with that? In hindsight, if Kawhi Leonard was playing right now and they're going to swap him straight up.
Don't even whisper that because Danny Ainge, he's listening to everything.
No, he's way ahead of us, I promise you.
He probably already did it.
He's calling people, I promise. He's calling people about Anthony Davis. He's calling people about Kawhi, I
don't know if I would want to do that. I don't know.
It's scary.
It's scary. Yeah, that's what...
Because, is he actually hurt or is he actually just...
I think it would have to be a team that's either a low seed or not in the playoffs that would make the trade for him.
But you have to get, you can't not get market value. He's Kawhi Leonard.
That's true.
He's Kawhi freaking Leonard. Defensive player of the year, top 5 player in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard. Finals MVP.
But at the same time, he hasn't played this whole season. He's being an asswipe.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough.
It is tough.
Where in the world is Kawhi Leonard? All right, now we can talk about... that'd be real entertaining. He'd talk about as much as LB does.
Luke, you awake?
Yeah.
He stretches.
All right, so Celtics Bucks.
Ooh.
JV Celtics. Whooping up on these Bucks, man.
Dude, Giannis is killing it.
Giannis is playing well.
He's just doing his job.
But the coachless...
He's just here so he doesn't get fined.
The coachless Bucks are having a hard time.
Who is their assistant coach?
Joe Brunty.
Who the hell is Joe Brunty?
Exactly. It might be Prunty with a P. I'm not 100% sure. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because if...
His ass is not getting re-signed next year.
No.
That's a team that could trade for Kawhi. The Bucks.
With what?
Middleton? Jabari?
Jabari's not even... He's played 15 minutes in game 1.
Thon. Everybody loves Thon for some reason. I don't know why the hell they keep giving him a shot.
Thon, another one that's just a ghost in the playoffs. Keep playing John Henson.
And
Tony Snell.
Oh, my God.
What is happening? Tony Snell's taking long twos with the back of his feet on the 3-point line. Is that a good shot, Tony Snell? Probably not.
That's how you do it.
Probably not, man. Who are you?
Have you looked at like the efficiency rating of each shot? Because those are the worst.
It's probably the worst shot in the NBA.
Besides a half-court buzzer beater.
A long two that you could easily step back 2 inches and just take a three.
Hey, you're open.
Tony Snell's the master. And then at the end of the game, in game one, he was like, he caught the ball and he looked like he was about to
Brogdon too.
crap himself. Brogdon's good.
Think about it. You give Brogdon, Jabari, and maybe throw Chris Middleton in there.
Holy crap. That's the whole team, bro.
That's not the whole team.
That's the whole team.
And then you get Kawhi and you got Dellavedova. No, you don't. He's gone, isn't he?
He's there.
He's still swinging?
He's there, man.
Well, then, yeah.
Old Ellie.
And then you get a pick with it. I'll make the trade.
Would you?
If I'm John Brunty, I
would. But Jaylen Brown,
hey,
LB liked that one. we got a chuckle out of LB. Producer Luke liked it.
Luke's like, I got to figure out a soundbite to put on the little 20-second video.
He's like, these kids in their NBA.
I hope Chase says something stupid here soon.
Jaylen Brown's taking over the scoring role for the Celtics.
He killed it.
As well as Terry Rozier, Al Horford.
Insert name here.
They've been awesome, man. Running all over them. Greggy had like 12 points last game in 18 minutes.
Good.
Yeah, surprisingly. I don't know how. He still can't figure out how to play defense.
No.
Can't figure out how to move his feet correctly.
Remember when they were thinking about taking him or keeping him over Drummond in Detroit? That was a big thing.
I think they made the correct decision.
I think they did,
I would
too.
say that. But here's my thing. Eric Bledsoe. Mr. Bledsoe, sir.
Why? Oh, okay, keep going.
He said the reporter was spouting off. Now, granted, Terry Rozier did call him Drew Bledsoe in a post-game press conference.
He just played 40 minutes. He's probably freaking exhausted.
And
I've messed up everybody's damn name.
And the reporter was like, well, Terry Rozier's blah, 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 done this, and this. And he's like, who? And the reporter's like, Terry Rozier. And he's like, I don't even know who that is. It's like, all right, Eric Bledsoe, mister, I've scored 12 points and played like ass in my first playoff series ever.
I'm supposed to be an all-star, and I was supposed to be a hot pick, and I go to Milwaukee, and we turn a 5 seed into an 8 seed.
And my team's down 0-2 in the playoffs, and I've played like ass. Here's who Terry Rozier is. Terry Rozier is the backup point guard being the key word there for the Boston Celtics, who is outscoring you 46-21 in the series.
Is Rozier a Mizzou alumni, too?
No.
He's not? Where the hell did he go? Louisville? Yeah, that's it. I thought he went to Mizzou. Boston had somebody that went to Mizzou, I think. No,
I don't think so.
Keep going.
I think you're off there.
I'm swinging.
46-21 in the series. And in game one, I don't know if you remember this, Eric Bledsoe, but you got your ankles broken.
Oh, yeah.
On a crossover step back.
That was like a James Harden step.
Well, except it was legal.
Yeah.
He didn't travel 12 times. But a step back three-pointer, and he hit it. You weren't even there in the vicinity because you shook you so hard. That's who Terry Rozier is, the one who's busting your balls in this playoff series.
Why be an ass if you're losing?
Losing? It's like, you're not even like, you're just being dumb.
I don't know who it is. He knocked me on my ass, and I've been having a horrible career at this point.
It's one thing if you're like up in this series and you're playing well, but it's like Terry Rozier's literally been busting your balls this whole series.
Busting balls.
All right. We could wrap it up a little bit. Luke's nodding off. We got him a little bit.
You have some Z-Quil before this?
You got anything else you want to add on the playoffs?
No, I'm good on the playoffs.
Okay. All right. So, getting serious real quick. A little bit more of a serious final thought. Our friend Rachel from high school, she graduated in Chase's class from Windsor. 20 what? What year?
16.
Is it 2016?
Yeah,
Did you lose track of when you graduated?
Still in high school, baby.
So her family's been going through a really hard time. Her dad just got diagnosed with terminal lung and liver cancer. And there's a GoFundMe started. It's on Facebook. We're going to link it and everything. We're not obviously telling you guys to go donate your money or whatever, but if you could share the post. If you want to donate, you can. Donate what you can. I'm obviously not in a place where you can be like, go donate a bunch of money, but Share the post at least. Do what you can. A little bit from the GoFundMe. It says, Paul was diagnosed with terminal lung and liver cancer on March 25th, 2018. Due to the growing hospital bills and the loss of Paul's income, losing their home is a real possibility. The family, including their children Ashley Crawford, Dylan, and Rachel, should focus on their remaining time with Paul and not be burdened with financial difficulties. So, just a little bit about that. We're trying to help a friend out a little bit. You got anything for that?
If you ever met Rachel, she's probably one of the most genuine human beings that I've ever met.
It's a big reason why I'm doing this.
She's an amazing, amazing girl, and my thoughts and prayers and PSO thoughts and prayers are
for sure
for her family.
From all of us. That's going to do it for us. Spread the word.